Damn this traffic jam, how I hate to be late. It hurts my motor to go so slow. Damn this traffic jam.
The Sacramento region is home to almost 2 million people. Our 6-county region will be facing many challenges in the future to maintain our quality of life. By 2035, we expect to add 535,000 new jobs, and will need to build 525,000 new residential units to accommodate the more than 1 million new residents the region will attract. In addition, our demographics are changing, and more of our region's residents will be seniors or have a less than traditional household makeup.
Oh, give me land, lots of land under starry skies above. Don't fence me in.
Past development patterns of predominantly single-family homes with yards were predicated on available buildable land, but the region is running out of such sites without building in agricultural and natural resource areas. If the region is going to manage more than 1 million new residents, we'll need to look at other alternatives to avoid consuming farmland while preserving our quality of life. As our demographics change, so do the needs of our new residents. Matching appropriate housing to appropriate jobs means providing a greater mix of housing types and locations. Infill does just that. Done well, infill development reduces the amount of land consumed while protecting a high quality of life. Infill can help rehabilitate existing neighborhoods by building in vacant lots or improving existing buildings. Infill is one of several key strategies behind the Blueprint Project, the Sacramento region's bold vision for growth that promotes compact, mixed-use development and more transit choices as an alternative to business as usual. Blueprint reflects the vision of 5,000 citizens and community leaders from our 22 cities and 6 counties. It will help establish how we make our region a better place to live while adding another 1 million people. The Blueprint ties together what each community believes will best serve their local area as well as the region as a whole. Infill accounts for much of the new housing units needed in our region over the next 25 years. More compact development in small parcels around the region helps us efficiently use our land and protect open space.
Well, it simply just makes a whole lot of sense. If you take a look at how we've grown historically, we've created a lot of sprawl. I'd like to see mixed-use development occur within, say, the city of Roseville. It would be a perfect balance of housing and retail and services.
Infill basically means using land or buildings within the metropolitan area rather than looking even farther down the road. It could be putting a new home on the vacant lot in a residential neighborhood, a new market where an old liquor store used to be, apartments in an old warehouse, or a whole new neighborhood where blight once existed. It may also mean replacing or revitalizing vacant or neglected shopping centers.
Infill's been a great tool for us to revitalize the historic neighborhoods and also the core areas of our city that have been the traditional downtowns and commercial centers for our community to serve everybody. It's brought new shops and restaurants in, helped some of our great small town businesses thrive again, and to help really put some new energy and investment into our schools. It's also for us been a good way to provide choices for folks. Not everybody wants a big house and a large yard, and this is a way for folks of every generation, every income type, every hope and aspiration to have a place in our community and keep our small town thriving and alive.
Infill can offer many positives for the realities of today's world. Vacant and underused spaces are filled in, often with a higher density with mixed uses, living, shopping, and recreation close by or even attached.
Well, infill is not only for the Sacramento metropolitan area, but also for the rural areas and the outlying areas in the SACOG region. I'm in Cameron Park, and behind me is an area that we think would be perfect for an infill project. We would encourage our developers to put in houses, shops, businesses, so that people could live and work in the same area rather than having to travel all the way into Sacramento. The other advantage of infill is we put homes where there's existing homes and infrastructure rather than taking up our valuable agriculture, open space, and recreation areas.
When people populate areas closer to their jobs and retail centers, their commutes to work and drives to stores and restaurants are reduced, and their daily travel needs are met more conveniently. Pressures put on the region's air quality are diminished. As air quality improves, Health benefits are realized, especially for very sensitive populations like children and seniors. Traffic congestion on streets and highways increases at a slower pace. More housing becomes available throughout all price ranges. Open spaces for agriculture, wildlife, and recreation are preserved. New businesses open, and more jobs are created closer to where people live. People have a greater sense of community.
The areas that are infill have infrastructure, they have sidewalks, they have businesses nearby, neighborhoods already existing, and it saves the farmland and improves our air quality and it gives people a chance to walk more. It just makes sense.
Our house is a very, very, very fine house.
Modern infill projects often come with a look that gives a sense of place and community. Infill only works well if it's properly designed and implemented. How do you know if quality infill is being proposed in your neighborhood? It's important to recognize the characteristics of good infill, including that new streets connect to existing streets. Building materials are high quality, so the project will age well. Building heights and setbacks are sensitive to existing neighborhoods. For example, a building might be 4 stories tall on a busy street, but then taper down to 2 stories at the back of the lot so it doesn't overshadow adjacent homes. The new infill building has a pedestrian scale and its face is open to the neighborhood. In other words, the storefronts face the street and are open to the sidewalk. And lastly, be involved in your local government. Attend meetings of your local planning commission, city council, or county supervisors. Call or visit them online for regular updates on public meeting agendas. Raise questions when projects don't meet your expectations, and support those projects that do with letters and public testimony.
Infill is one vital component of our regional growth strategy, and if done well, it provides benefits both at the neighborhood level and city and region-wide. At the neighborhood scale, the right infill project can add new residents to an area, new shopping opportunities, new work opportunities, and by its very nature, those are the kinds of new land uses that people can walk to or take short car trips or transit trips to. When you add that up across an entire region, it ends up resulting in a lot less automobile travel, which is good for our air and has the side benefit that we need a lot less land on the edge of our region to develop, which saves farmland and resource lands.
The Blueprint Project pointed the way. Now it's up to all of us to make it work.